On this edition of Hitting the Books, we're talking about Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates. If you have not read Joyce Carol Oates, this is one of the most serious and I would say intimate writers that I have ever been introduced to. I have read her works for a long time. Sometimes, as I said in the blog, I pick them up shivering and with a little bit of reluctance, because this woman has an ability to get inside the soul of life and the subjects and people she's talking about perhaps better than anyone I have ever read. She leaves you at the end of a book just kind of stunned in many cases, and that's the case with Blonde. Blonde is the story of Marilyn Monroe, even though it is fictionalized, and Joyce Carol Oates has repeatedly said this is not a biography. But when you read it, it comes so close to that, and you will feel and discover things about Marilyn Monroe that have never, I don't think, been written anywhere else. And one of the reasons for that is because it's fiction. Joyce Carol Oates is able to go behind what the news stories were, behind the life, behind the films, and talk about the woman. It's a disturbing book. Her life was not easy from the get-go. It was not easy up to the time of her death, a death that still is discussed as to whether or not there were some named people who may have been involved in the fact that she died of apparently an overdose, but nobody's ever been quite sure if they want to believe that. And Joyce Carol Oates spins a story of fact about her that will lead you to believe maybe there was something to those who have the so-called conspiracy theory. Blonde is a wonderful book. It is a great read, but it's a tough one. It's very serious. And once you're introduced to her, I don't think you can stop reading Joyce Carol Oates. You can't read her all the time. You can't read her books back to back, I don't think. But you know, when you want to get to something that's got some real gut to it, some real soul, this woman can get behind all of the facts and give you a story that you'll never forget. Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates. Adieu.